Should you grow tired of Saro's baubles and trinkets, it would be an honor to host you at the House of the Undying. You are always welcome, Mother of Dragons.
In the House of the Undying, Dany is given 3 prophecies. Now, while walking through with Pride Priest, she passes through many rooms containing visions before she reaches the chambers of the Undying. Now, upon reaching the chambers of the Undying, Daenerys is spoken to in a whisper. Now, the Undying calling her Mother of Dragons and then Child of 3. And then tell her some prophecies saying this.
3 fires must you light, 1 for life, and 1 for death, and 1 to love. 3 mounts must you ride, 1 to bed, 1 to dread, and 1 to love. 3 treasons will you know, once for blood, and once for gold, and once for love.
I think the theme that we have going throughout these books with Dany is the number 3, like 3 heads of the dragon, and I think it's the same thing with these prophecies, and that is the way I look at it. So I've grouped them all into 3 groups, and I think by doing this you can make out what this prophecy means. I also think it refers to 3 peoples in Dany's life that she has met and she will meet, and also refers to 3 stages of Dany's life that she will have. So the first group, the way I've grouped it together, is this: fire for life, mount to bed, treason for blood. The second group is fire for death, mount to dread, treason for gold. And the third group is fire to love, mount to love, treason for love. So looking at group 1 first, we shall. The person associated with them has been in her life already, and all this has come to pass, and that person is Khal Drogo. So fire for life is his funeral pyre that gave birth to the dragons. Mount to bed, we know she slept with him out of duty, not because she wanted to. And treason for blood, Mirror Master killed her child to prevent the stallion who mounts the world prophecy from coming true, and that was the treason committed against her. So now we get to group 2. I believe the person that is associated with these 3 is his daughter. Now, treason for gold, I think, is her crown, not gold pieces, and I think she believes that he tried to poison her, and I think that is the treason for gold. Mount to dread, I believe that this goes 2 ways. It's Drogon, who she had to escape on and to get out of there to save her life, and she would rather sleep with Dario, but she has to sleep with his dog, and he keeps trying to get her pregnant, which is something that she would dread. And fire for death, I think that will happen when Dany does return on Drogon. I think that she will kill his dog. I think she will burn Victorion, and I think she will burn the city. I think that is what's going to happen there. Now, the last group that I can tell you without a doubt that it is all pertaining to Jon Snow. And it is the fire to love, mount to love, treason for love. And as you can see, all 3 things are due with love, have to do with love, and it is associated with Jon.
So fire for love could be looked at when she goes to save Jon Snow against the orders of Tyrion from the Night's King. Mount to love would just be her sleeping with Jon Snow. She seemed like she loved it when it was going on. Alright? And treason for love, I believe that this will be Jon having to forge Lightbringer and having to kill Daenerys, and that will be the treason for love.
Make my point. What I can do is have you look at the next set of prophecies that come right after that. And these were given to Dany after she asked for an explanation of the first set of prophecies that we just went through. So these 3 explain the first set of 3 that she first got. Alright? Now, they also tie in with 3 phases in her life. And these 3 phases are the Daughter of Death, the Slayer of Lies, and the Bride of Fire. So, Daughter of Death's phase is given to her for use of the explanation of the treason phases of prophecies that she got. Because the Daughter of Death one goes like this. Viserys screamed as molten gold ran down his cheek and filled his mouth. A tall lord with copper skin and silver gold hair stood beneath the banner of a fiery stallion, a burning city behind him. Rubies flew like drops of blood from the chest of a dying prince, and he had sank to his knees in the water and with his last breath murmured a woman's name, Mother of Dragons, Daughter of Death. So as you can see, if you really look at it, all 3 visions are all 3 forms, the 3 forms of treason that she are to suffer. Viserys is the treason for gold. The tall lord with the vision is her son, and that is the treason for blood. And Rhaegar dying is a treason for love. Robert committed treason against the crown, against Rhaegar, in the name of love, killing him. So those are the treasons for love being explained to her. The Slayer of Lies. And the Slayer of Lies is used to explain the fires. And this is what it says. Glowing like a sunset, a red sword was raised in the hand of a blue-eyed king who cast no shadow. A cloth dragon swayed on poles amidst a cheering crowd. From a smoking tower, a great stone beast took wing beneath shadow fire. Mother of Dragons, Slayer of Lies.
The first image she's shown is that of Stannis Baratheon holding the red sword that's supposed to be Azor Ahai's Lightbringer, and we know that that isn't Lightbringer. That is the Slayer of Lies of life, because Azor Ahai is supposed to be reborn, so that's the lie of life that she must slay. The next lie is that of Aegon, who's supposed to be the son of Rhaegar Targaryen. He's supposed to be dead, but all of a sudden he's back from the dead. So that is the Slayer of Lie of death, that she has to expose Aegon not being truly Aegon. And the last image is of a dragon coming from the wall. Good chance that this image is of the Night's King's dragon coming from the wall, and she is going to have to go up there herself to slay the lie that the White Walkers aren't true, because they are true, and she's got to do this for the love of Jon Snow.
Her last stage in life that has not happened yet is the Bride of Fire, and it goes like this. Her silver was trotting through the grass to the darkling stream beneath the sea of stars. A corpse stood at the prow of a ship, eyes bright in his dead face, gray lips smiling sadly. A blue flower grew from a chink in the wall and filled the air with sweetness. Mother of Dragons, Bride of Fire. And I think this is used to explain the 3 mounts that come into her life. Now, her silver was trotting and the sea of stars all refer to the one mount that she just has to mount. And that all are signs of Khal Drogo. The horse, the stars, the moon, that's all what they call each other. And the sea is a reference to the Dothraki Sea. So that is that one. The next, a corpse on the ship, is a reference to the mount to dread. It is a vision of either Victorion or Euron Greyjoy. It could be either. It does not tell. There's no way to separate it. But they both want to sleep with her. And that would be 2 people that would be dreadful to sleep with. And that is what that means. And the last, a blue flower grew from the chink of the wall in the ice, is a description of the mount to love. And we know, as I told you before, that is talking about Jon. Obviously, we know this is talking about Jon. And it says, a blue flower grew from a chink in a wall of ice and filled the air with sweetness. Nothing is more sweet than love. And making Dany, the Bride of Fire, Jon, the groom of ice, or the king of ice, the king of winter. And that is what I believe that those prophecy means.
What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon. I hope you enjoyed this House of the Undying remix video. I did this video originally on April 25th, 2015. And I thought that it would be interesting to go back and see if what I said back then is still holding up. And I do believe it is. So if you want to check it out, if you don't believe me, I have the link in the description. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.
I'm gonna make him an offer again.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to piss on his head.
What?
I said no more shines. Maybe you didn't hear about it. You've been away a long time. Didn't go up there and tell you. I don't shine shoes anymore.
Relax, will you, for crying out? What's getting to you? I'm breaking your balls a little bit, that's all. I'm only kidding with you.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. You know, there's a lot of people around.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're going to see a bad guy like this.
I got 2 grenades in my house. I blow up all Mulberry Street before I kill you. Understand? I don't know what I would do with this. You understand? I die with you.